Yo, what is up, guys? Rudolph here, man. We are back with another video of We're back with another video to talk about limited this week again. We did one. Was it last week or maybe 2 weeks back? Um, I try to do these when the limited is not really straightforward. Like, so if it was all rubies, um, okay, there's a lot we can really do to work with that. If it was just like, it's always going to be limited because that's the name of the game, my team limited. So always going to have to come up with some type of strategy just about every single weekend with this. And this weekend, um, let's talk about it. So, what is first up? Let me make sure my mic is good on it. I know a few of my videos lately, the audio's been a little low, things like that, where you can't really hear too well. So I'm trying to talk a little loud this video. Make sure you can hear really well. Make sure the mic's all good. So hopefully, I don't need to get a new one just yet, but I noticed it's been some audio problems in recent videos. So depending on what you watch the videos on, like your phone, the audio may not be that good. But if you're watching on maybe like a speaker or your TV or something, maybe you can get it to an appropriate volume or something like that. But anyways, limited. Okay, so all heat check players are allowed. So that's kind of key right there. And limited amethyst and ruby, one amethyst and one ruby player, no diamond or higher, no free agents, which is always. I don't even know why that has to be stated, but I guess it does. So all heat checks. Note that there are a couple good ones. This LeBron, no, not AD. I didn't mean to go to AD. Is there anyone hot after? I'll check. I may check near the end of this video. I don't want to waste too much time on this video. This LeBron was supposed to be point guard. He would have been probably a top used player. If he was, he probably would be going over 100. Maybe not. Maybe right at. He'd probably be the same price he is now if he was still point guard. That's what he initially was at first. Was small for a point guard. So they changed that. Um, but if there's any useful cards, it's probably Giannis. Oh, and he's hot right now, so he's probably a really great time. I wonder, what did his stats? So his stats went up. So it even shows you what his stats went up to, like last year. So all of his playmaking went up. That's nice. His shooting went up. That's nice. Yeah, this card would be pretty darn nice. And like I said, they say no diamonds allowed. This car is almost at pink diamond, but since it's a heat check, you're allowed to use him. Now, I know this is pretty much the most expensive way to go about doing it. So I don't suggest anyone actually do this unless you can get someone really cheap like this. And some of the amethysts are cheap, like Embiid is pretty cheap in my opinion. Um, Curry, where's Curry at? Curry may be cheap. I'm just looking. I should have looked at these prices beforehand. No, Curry's going for a. Oh wow. Yeah, Curry's hot right now. Well, if you looked up and got a Curry, you're straight. Like you can what? 99 mid range three. Okay, so 99 driving layup. Wow, this card. Wait, this is bad. So okay, the one thing badges don't improve. Okay, this is one thing. DBG was talking about was if the badges improve, that makes these cards really viable. These cards aren't like these stat. I would say this Curry is viable for sure with 99 and even just gold catch and shoot, corner specialists and all that. This card is still very viable. Look at his playmakings off the chart. Yeah, still very his looks. Which is athleticism never changes for some reason with these cards. I don't have not a clue why. But this is one stat I've never seen change for heat check cards. Even his consistencies didn't change. So yeah, this Curry's nice. If you can get like if you can use a card like this, please do. But obviously the good ones are gonna be way overpriced. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about getting those. Like I said, you may be able to get some nice. Oh, see, I was gonna say Dame. I didn't know if he was hot or not, but Dame. See, some of these cards are really becoming a bigger factor every day. Well, this weekend. So tomorrow it may be a different set of cards based on how well people play today. So keep that in mind. That's not really what we're going to be talking about. Obviously, heat checks are a thing. I just want you to know that there was some solid heat check players that you could add to your roster. Because all heat check players are allowed. But really, we're really going to talk about you have to use really sapphire players. So there are a couple good sapphire players. Let me. What do I want to go to? I guess I'll just go to my lineup. This is what I was running. Um, yeah. So I don't remember how you get. Oh, here's a token reward. Gibson. If you have Gibson, okay. Let me not start like that. Let's see. Okay. First things first. Two things I want to point out. I suggest you try not to use. You try to use your amethyst on your point guard or your center, either for defense inside, which is going to be crucial, or you want a solid defender outside, a perimeter defender. Now, both of these guys are really locked down. I had a lot of success with this Anthony Davis, and I already have my ring, by the way. You guys might have noticed that. I had a lot of success with this Anthony Davis last week, last limited, where you could only use rubies. Rubies and emeralds. Remember that Christmas limited? That's the one I was talking about. You Anthony Davis did really solid. I made a video on that as well. But so he's just really solid on defense and also really solid underneath the rim. Drew Holiday, probably the best defensive point guard in the game. Um, and definitely probably the best out of the Amethyst for sure. So I threw him in there for defense, and he does his job really well there to stop. Like most people look to rim run with their point guard, and Drew Holiday is pretty much here to stop that, and that he does his job well. So with those two, I was able to get a lot of defensive stops, which led to a lot of offense. So yeah. I'm trying to think of what I want to tell you guys about like players per se. So if you don't use heat check cards, which is perfectly fine, I did not run to really anybody that had a heat check card. I ran to one KD, heat check KD, and that was it. So looking at my team, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out some names, people that you definitely should pick up. Clarkson was okay. He's quick. He's gonna be fast, but you don't necessarily need him. You can run a lot of other players like at the two like Duncan. I was running him pretty early on, but Duncan's a little bit slower, so I decided to switch to Clarkson. Um, cause of speed reasons, but Duncan has like a 92 three ball and with some gold badges, so he's really solid on the catch and shoot. If you're looking for outside shooting. Xavier just a really solid slasher for me. Just a perfect slasher and defender. Well, he seemed like a good defender. His stats don't really show it, but solid defender. Just you just really can't shoot outside the three. It's his only problem. But other than that, really great card to have on fast breaks, cutting lanes, things like that. Robert Horry, you just want to stretch the floor as much as you can. This is what I was trying. My plan was with him was to stretch the floor. Anthony Davis really can't shoot. With Horry though, he has like hot zones all around the all around the three, plus like catch and shoot, on silver, corner specialist on gold, and oh, he doesn't have hot zone hunter. I should have probably gave him like bronze hot zone hunter if I had one extra one or something. Well, it's not that important. But anyways, he's gonna knock down those outside shots for me consistently, so I don't have to worry about like the people sitting in the paint. Basically, and also along with that, he's 6'10", so he really, really, really plays his part well. Also, I could have partnered him up with Bruce Bowen and see how well that played out, but I didn't even think about that. Um, Chris Bosh, a really solid card. I've seen people play really well with this T Mac. Not this weekend on limited. When I was playing my games, I didn't see too many people play that well with this T Mac, but I know T Mac can play well. I have Rudy Gobert. He plays some really solid defense. I want to tell you this: prioritize defense over offense for your center. You really don't like. You really don't need to be shooting threes and stuff like that with your center. And it's just not gonna work out the way I'm telling you. I ran Spates. This is actually my initial lineup. I was running Spates. at the center because Spates can shoot really well from the three, but did not like to sit outside the three. It was almost pointless because he never stayed out there enough for me to shoot at him, and his defense that great enough. Well, his defense was pretty good. He just I don't know why has better block. Maybe I should stay a little longer with Spates and saw what happened. But anyways, just Spates just the way I'm to the way I thought he would. So yeah, and then you obviously need a well-rounded bench. So here's our really out. I'm gonna put them in order for you guys. And giving me Rudy Gobert, which I had no. Here is pretty much up for my. If you've got any token rewards, this Gibson card is insane. 21 gold badges. Look at his three ball. 80 driving dunks is really pretty quick. This is probably the best point guard set. I'm not lying. So I'm just right now here. I think this team as Chris Bosh actually for me I couldn't get much success with him. I never really had much success with this card. His release isn't the best. And his window is so small even when he's wide open. So I don't know. I just never had much success with this card for some reason. So Trevor Ariza really solid corner guy, just like Horry, but at the he can play power forward too if I wanted him to. But Ariza definitely actually not bad. Him at the four if you can. I had Tatum as well. But yeah, and you want a really defensive center who's gonna lock down and get you rebounds, and that's a Rudy. He literally blocked anybody that came in the paint. Surprisingly, did really well. I greened a couple threes with him, and he was really nice overall. Defense, I didn't think be so I didn't think a day one card was good, but solid as well as Tatum. I think also can't you play Jimmy Butler's also one of those guys. I think Jimmy Butler's great to use. Now the more specific players for positions. Let's go guards first. Markel is also solid. I saw this Dennis Smith Jr. He was really good. At one point he was literally blown by me every possession at one point. Jordan is just nice on paper. He just never translates too well in an actual game because he's not like he's solid speed. He has a solid three. It's just he just doesn't just never try me, but he's definitely a top tier point guard to have. If you don't have that, some of these other guys, yeah, go pick up a George Hill, Markelle Fultz. I think he has some little success. I saw people use him. Jeff Teague is also really nice, offensive point guard. No defense though. I think that's just about it for the point guard sapphire wise. Yeah, Derrick Rose. Dennis Smith, George Hill, Markelle Fultz. Also, Patrick Beverly's really good on defense, and he actually has a solid three ball. If you really can hit with that 82, so not a bad option, especially if you want a defender. Not a bad option. Two guards. As you already see, Jordan Clarkson's already up there. I already told you Duncan Robinson earlier. Other than that, I really don't like Bill slow. Booker's slow as well. So I don't know what to tell you honestly. If you do get updated bill from 2021 set, don't use this bill. His three ball is just not really that great. And I think he's kind of slow. Like I said, he's slow. So I mean, yeah, you want to look to get a two guard. Another guy you could potentially look at. Matt Barnes is another two guard you can. Xavier, a lot of guys you can use like Robert been kicked out. Horry, you can pin him at the Trevor Ariza at the three. Tatum, any of the guys I use at my 4 or 3, you can also use. T Mac also. Some people have success with him. Kawhi, I didn't really run to Kawhi for some reason, but this guy is pretty much a lockdown. Defensively, he's the exact same as the Amethyst one. Only difference between him is that that far one's worse on offense, but they're absolutely the same on defense. Didn't see too many Ben Simmons. I don't know why he just he really limits you offense, but I'm sure, he's solid on and fast break to have out there. Anyone else that sticks out? I've seen some people that really can cheese with Chris Middleton. I saw some Brandon Ingram out there. He didn't, but I saw him out there. And DeRozan DeRozan's one of those cards you just don't know. It just really depends on the team. He can't shoot, but he's quick. And he's good on defense. So I don't know. I wouldn't pick up DeRozan, but he's there. Siakam. Either Siakam is a well. This one, let's see. Who's the better defender? I think the newer Siakam may be a better choice. Oh, I was getting to this guy. Jabari Parker. He gets okay. Let me sit him on the team real fast. What's his height? 6'8". He's an underrated card. You get him from playing progressing through this. So I just picked him up. And he is not a bad pickup. So let's look at his stats here. 89 offense, no defense. That's fine, especially if you're running him at certain positions like the four. A lot of people don't really attack through their four, so it's fine. But let's look at his shooting here. 84 3, 87 mid-range, 90 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk. These are some pretty nice attributes for it in Sapphire. Now, this is probably the most up-to-date Sapphire in the game, so I know he probably has the most badges. Okay, not the most, but 15 gold badges is solid. Catch and shoot corner, specialist pick and pop. So pick and pop helps if you run him at the 4. Contact finisher, pro touch, pump fake maestro. I wish he had like quick first step or downhill, but anyways, he has the essentials like catch and shoot, corner specialist. Does he have high zones in the corners? Yep, and high zones in the corners and at the 3. So not a bad card. It all depends on his release, but this is definitely one of those cards that you definitely should add to your team if possible. Let me go look at his speed again. I don't think I looked at his speed. 86, so not even slow at all. Probably a better option than that Robert Horry, just because of badges. But yeah. Um, what's his speed again? I'm sorry, I just looked at it and I forget. 86. He may better run the. He actually may be a better 3 than anything. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to run him at. He's definitely a good card to try out. He's definitely probably one of the best sapphires. The most recent sapphire, so definitely makes him one of the best sapphires. So, yeah, solid stats from him. Underrated card. If you have the time, please grind for him before. If you still don't got your ring yet, grind for this card before you do, and then use him. He's a solid addition to the team. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't got the same cards as me, like Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday. So just pick whoever you really want. But I suggest please add in, put them at the 1 or in 5. Please don't put them anywhere else. Because these guys really don't matter too much. I promise you that. Your center you need an anchor on defense, and you really want defense on your point guard. But if you really want to go offensive, that works too. Or even if you want to go with someone like Chris Paul, or even a Ruby Chris Paul, and put like an amateur center in there. It's a lot of offensive point guards here. De'Aaron Fox, Kyrie Irving. I would say Ricky Rubio, but yeah, Derrick Rose, this Trey Young is nice. Some people can just abuse cards like this Trey Young. So yeah. Did I miss anybody? Uh, I think we covered pretty much everything. Like I said, there are a lot of heat check players that you should, if you got the money, go for. Like off the top of my head, who had a decent game yesterday? I think Miles is on the Hornets. Miles Bridges had a nice game yesterday. I don't know if he's okay. No, they didn't give him nothing, but he had a solid game yesterday. Let's see what LaMelo. Somehow he managed to get high, even though Miles Bridges had a better game than him. But you know, not a bad card to pick up at point guard. Does Lonzo get one? More so, I meant to say Zion. No. All right. So yeah, I was just watching some of the games yesterday, trying to see if any of the players that I saw had good games. But yeah, Damian Lillard, he was hot. Curry was hot. Curry was super hot. Um, I wonder how Chris Paul's, Booker. No, Giannis was hot, right? Giannis, yeah, a lot of yeah, Bill's hot. This Bill's definitely worth picking up. I wonder what his stats look like. 93 ball, 91 mid range, 90 through driving dunk. So some of these guys, man, just if you just got them, send them. Try to aim for some of the higher up guys that aren't too expensive. Like go get Russell Westbrook now. You know he's gonna drop a triple double one of these days, and he's gonna go up. Um, but yeah, so maybe for limited, maybe this is gonna be the new ordeal. Is maybe we're gonna have all heat check players for a minute to come. So I don't just expect this to be for the now and only. I feel like they wouldn't add heat checks if they weren't gonna really use them. So heat checks may be a something to always keep an eye out on. But anyways, I think that's everything. As like I said, as far as team lineups go, my sorry, that was my main team. My deal is pretty much, man. Point guard and center on your starting lineup those need to be your Amethyst and Ruby. Everyone else is can be anything else. And try to avoid day one cards. They lack the badges. They can't get over. They don't have just over silver. So stay away from them. Like I said, look at a Gibson card, 21 golds. Or look at even this new Jabari Parker, 15 golds we saw earlier. Xavier. We just some of these other guys have golds. The day ones don't have golds. So stay away from them. Except some of them are solid. Like I said, Tatum. Everyone uses Tatum. Tatum's all right. Everyone knows Tatum's all right. Donovan Mitchell's all right. Everyone knows Mitchell's all right. But stick to some of the ones the classic. These are classic sapphires we all know are good. Like Trevor Reeves, everyone knows that. Robert Horry, Bosch is good for. I don't have much success with Bosch, but I know people do. Bosch is good. He's one of those classic sapphires that everyone knows is a bucket. So yeah, I don't think I missed anything. Let me just scan one more time. And there, like I said, there's a few other guys you can pick up. Like just fit your taste more. If you like Jimmy Butler, he can't shoot, so I don't know why anyone would want to pick him up. But he is complimented by Bam, right? So Bam and they make a Ruby Jimmy Butler, so you get that stat boost in certain areas. Not really, it's not that big, so it's not really, in my opinion, worth doing. Uh, Perimeter defense goes up, interior defense goes up, uh, consistency goes up. So I mean, you can do stuff like this if you want. I think there's a few more of those type of like Russell Westbrook and someone else. It was it James Harden, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. If you want to run that combo, that works too. Um, I can't remember who Siakam's was. Siakam has one. Trae Young has one. A couple Sapphires. They have some. Uh, Avery Johnson was quick. Some of these reward guys are token rewards are solid. I just think if some of them don't get used too much. Uh, Al Harrington's pretty solid. Especially as a stretch four. I haven't used him uh for limited, so I don't really know how well his shooting translates. But I remember when I was shooting with him earlier in the year, he played really solid. Um, Porzingis is also a cheat code. He just can't shoot as well as I like. He likes to sit at the three, but he really expects. So he really comes a like I don't know. He sits out. He sits too far out the paint to be useful because when you kick out to a center, they have to knock those shots down. If not, then there was no reason that far away from the rim for an easy layup. So a lot of times, if you cut in and you get trapped in the inside under a rim and you kick it out to your center, you want them to be able to make the shot or be close enough to the rim that they can make a layup or something like that. So Porzingis is kind of he plays so far back that he becomes he the kick out just almost hurts you in the long run. So that's one reason I didn't like him. But he is really big and good for defense, and that's about it. Um, just looking at some of mine, I saw Zion. Zion's not that great. Uh, and I have a lot of the evos from Domination. Let me look at the one. Let me look at some sapphires I know for I don't have. So like I said, Matt Barnes was one I pointed out. I mentioned him earlier for shooting guard. I'm trying to avoid not none of the obviously the 20 series. Yeah, you can use them if you want, but they're not that relevant. Oh, Divock. He should better shoot, right? No, they didn't give that Divock a shot. The Diamond Divock can shoot. They didn't give him one. I don't think any of those draft players are that great. I think I saw a lot of people being really good with Cole Anthony. If you want to use someone like that, I know people that can cheese some of these guys like Cole Anthony. Um, yeah, I think I pointed out pretty much everyone that already. So yeah, besides the draft players and all the 2021 players, which I really don't suggest getting any of these guys because of badges. You're gonna be stuck with silver badges. You're gonna be stuck, and at times sometimes it's not the worst. But oh, here we go. Henson, not their best, not the best. Can he shoot? Can he stretch the floor? I haven't seen him, so I don't know. He's 93, so yeah, he can stretch the floor if he wants to. But we have better options than him for sure. Jabari Parker, Horry, all of those guys, way better at stretching the floor. So yeah, I think all as far as the best players, I think I've showed you. You're not gonna really get too much better than the cards I showed you. I didn't see too many in the auction house. If you think those, I haven't looked too far into those draft players. Some of those draft players are good. I know like guys like Cole Anthony has a solid three ball and things like that. And I've seen a lot of people be able to cheese with guys like that. So yeah, I know some players are great. Others are not so much. So anyways, hope this was helpful for your team build. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's it, man. I think that's it. I think we covered everything. If you're still having trouble, man, switch it up. Maybe don't listen to my advice about the point guard and center. See what you value most. Like if you notice you try to score most with your three, maybe make that your amethyst. Maybe put an amethyst here and see how much success you can have with your amethyst at the three. And that way, abuse that. Or if you notice maybe you score a lot with your two, maybe put the amethyst here, put Drew Holiday here, and make him guard the point guard on the other team. That's just a thought. It's just a lot of things you can switch around here to do. Or maybe put maybe don't listen to me and put a shooter out here. Put Spates out there. Where's he at? Put Space out there and have you a shooting big. It's a lot of things you can do differently. Um, or even a DL. Get you a DL. DL shoots nicely. A lot of these players you can put out there. But anyways, man, hope this was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Real diversity. We're out. Peace.